US announces major visa changes for Nigeria. What applicants must know. This is Starjays Media. Do well to subscribe for free. Like, comment, share for more news analysis. Nigerians planning to travel to the United States are being advised to take note of a major change in the way routine US visa applications are processed in Nigeria. The United States government has announced a restructuring of its visa operation, and the change means that routine US visa processing in Nigeria has been moved from Abuja to Lagos. The new arrangement took effect from August 1st, 2026. This development is important for thousands of Nigerians who apply for American visas every year for tourism, business, education, employment, and reunification and other purposes. But there is already some confusion surrounding the announcement. As the U.S. Embassy in Abuja closed, are all visa services no longer available in Abuja? What happens to applicants who live far away from Lagos? And what should Nigerians with upcoming visa application or appointments do? In this report, Starjays Media explains the major changes and what they could mean for Nigerian travelers. What has changed? The major change is the relocation of routine US visa processing from Abuja to Lagos. Under the new arrangement, the US Consulate General in Lagos becomes the main regional hub for routine visa processing for applicants in Nigeria. This means Nigeria seeking routine US visas will generally have to follow the Lagos-based process for their applications and appointments. The restructuring is part of a wider adjustment of US visa operations across Africa. The American government has said the changes are intended to improve the efficiency and consistency of visa processing while also strengthening security screening and vetting procedures. For Nigerian applicants, however, the most noticeable consequence is geographical. Applicants who previously expected to process their routine visas in Abuja will now have to make arrangements to process them in Lagos. One of the most important points Nigerians need to understand is that the U.S. Embassy in Abuja has not closed. The announcement concerns routine visa processing. It does not mean that the entire American diplomatic mission in Abuja has been shut down. The Abuja Embassy continues to perform diplomatic functions and provide other consular services, including service for American citizens. So reports suggesting that the United States has completely closed its Abuja Embassy would be misleading. The issue is specifically about where routine visa processing takes place. For ordinary Nigerian applicants seeking a routine US visa, Lagos is now the key location to take note of. The change is significant because routine US visas cover a wide range of travel purposes. These include Nigerians applying to visit the United States for tourism or business. It can also affect people applying for certain immigrant and family-related visas, as well as other routine visa categories. Students and other travelers should also pay close attention to their specific visa category. Because visa procedures can vary depending on the type of visa being requested, applicants should not assume that information shared by friends, agents, or social media users applies to every applicant. Instead, applicants should check the latest official instruction for the U.S. Mission and the U.S. Department of State before making arrangements. For Nigerians living in Lagos and surrounding areas, the change may be relatively convenient. But for people living in Abuja and other parts of northern, central, and eastern Nigeria, the new arrangement could create additional logistical challenges. An applicant living in Abuja, for example, may now have to travel to Lagos for relevant appointment. Someone coming from Kano, Kaduna, Jos, Benue, Niger, Bauchi, or other parts of the country could face even greater travel distances. This could mean additional expenses for transportation, accommodation, and feeding. Applicants will therefore need to plan their application more carefully. Instead of simply budgeting for the visa application itself, some applicants may also have to budget for the cost of traveling to Lagos. And because visa appointment can be time sensitive, applicants should avoid making last-minute travel arrangements whenever possible. Another issue Nigerians will be watching is appointment availability. With routine visa processing concentrated in Lagos, there could be increased demand for appointment at the Lagos consulate. The actual availability of appointment can change. However, so applicants should not rely on rumors about waiting times. Anyone planning to apply should check the official appointment system and follow the instruction provided there. Applicants should also be cautious about individuals who claim to have special access to visa appointment. The United States does not guarantee visa simply because an applicant pays an agent. A person can assist with administrative aspect of an application, but the final decision on whether a visa is issued rests with the US authorities. About the people who already have US visas. Another issue that may concern Nigeria is whether the new arrangement affect visas that have already been issued. The relocation of routine processing does not automatically mean that visas already issued to Nigerians have been cancelled. The major change is about the location of the routine visa processing. Therefore, Nigerians who already have valid US visa should not assume that their documents have suddenly become invalid simply because Abuja is no longer the routine processing location. However, anyone with an ongoing application, existing appointment, or case affected by the transition should follow the specific instruction communicated by the US mission. The US government has described the change as part of a broader restructuring of visa operation in Africa. According to the American authorities, regional visa hub can improve the consistency of screening and vetting while making better use of available resources. National security is also an important consideration in the US visa processing. The United States has been reviewing how its diplomatic mission handle visa application and has decided to consolidate some routine processing operation. Nigeria is therefore not only country affected by the changes. The development forms part of a wider restructuring involving several American diplomatic missions across Africa. With major changes like this, there's always the possibility of misinformation and exploitation. Nigerians planning to apply for US visa should be particularly careful about visa agents who claim to have guaranteed access to appointments or promise a guaranteed visa. There is no legitimate shortcut that guarantees a visa. Applicants should also avoid paying money to individuals who claim to have special connection inside the US embassy or consulate. A genuine visa application requires the applicant to meet the relevant requirements and undergo the appropriate process. Final word. So Nigerians planning to travel to the United States should take note. From August 1st, 2026, Lagos is the designated regional hub for routine visa processing in Nigeria, while the US Embassy in Abuja continues its diplomatic and other consular responsibility. The change is part of a broader US restructuring of visa operations across Africa, with the American government citing efficiency, security, and improved visa screening as key considerations. For applicants, the most important thing now is preparation. Check the latest official instruction. Confirm where your appointment will take place. Plan your transportation if you are traveling from another state. And most importantly, avoid people promising guaranteed visa or special treatment. For Nigerians hoping to visit, study, work, or reunite with family in the United States, understanding this new arrangement could help prevent unnecessary delays, expenses, and confusion. This is Starjays Media. Do not forget to like, subscribe for free, turn on your notification bell for more news analysis.